Hello everyone, Lelaine Art Geek here. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to be talking about my experience at our first out-of-town art market called Goblin Market. I've heard about Goblin Market a few times, and I know that this market has been going on for almost a year since their 1-year anniversary is at their next market in March. So they've been talked about a lot within the Central Florida Artist Alley community. And pretty much everyone I've talked to about this event loved their experiences. So I figured that I'd give this market a try. And let me just say that I don't regret going at all. It was honestly a really good art market, one of the best art markets I've been a part of. So let's talk about it. Grab a drink, grab a snack, and let's discuss my first Goblin Market experience. I've only started hearing about Goblin Market, I would say, towards the end of last year, but as I mentioned, they were already established for almost a year, so I'm surprised that I never gave it a try until now. Simply put, Goblin Market, or sometimes shortened as GobMart or Gob Market, is Orlando's monthly outdoor discount art market where vendors have the ability to clear out their inventory of either misprinted products, out-of-season items, or things that don't sell as well anymore and would want to sell them heavily discounted. This market is one of the best ways to make room for new inventory and entice customers with vendors' limited and discounted inventory, sometimes addressing that once these products are gone, they're gone forever. At Goblin Market, there are so many other events going on at the same time, such as live concerts, zine making, trading goods with other attendees, and even quote-unquote fulfilling quests for vendors. So even if you're not shopping the whole time you're there is something for everyone to do. The location of the market, in my opinion, was a smart choice. It was held in the Oviedo Mall parking lot, and even though the parking lot for the whole mall was huge, Goblin Market occupied a good chunk of it, and there was lots of room for people to both shop and walk around at the same time. And because it was held next to a mall, that adds to the many activities that attendees can do and still be around the market's vicinity, meaning that customers don't necessarily come and go, but they mainly stay around the entire time. Plus, with it being held at a huge parking lot, there are plenty of spaces for people to park, including accessible parking closer to the mall and market, so it's a win-win for everyone. I'll go ahead and talk about my market preparation, the load-in process and setting up, and then I'll explain my experience throughout the day, including the additional activities attendees can do at the market. There's just so much to talk about for this market, and it's honestly because after my first experience, I absolutely loved it, and it was just a really well-made and well-run monthly event. First off, when preparing for this market as a vendor, there were a couple of rules you had to follow. One of them was that half of your inventory must be either discounted, misprinted, out of season, etc. So basically, to follow the market's theme and mission, all vendors must be able to follow this rule to the best of their ability. Another rule was that all vendors must provide their own setup materials, such as tents, tables, and chairs, because this was an outdoor event. Unfortunately, since I drive a small car with already limited space, I couldn't bring more than one table to the event unless it was local. But this was in Orlando, which is 2.5 hours away from me, so we were only able to bring one table. I actually didn't replenish any inventory, but instead I took items that I felt didn't sell anymore and I put them all in a small box that I planned to display as a discount box where all the items in it are half off. Then specifically for this art market, all of my mini prints were buy two, get one free. So right then and there, that made up half of my inventory being discounted. Also, I paid $70 for my table, which honestly isn't that bad for an outdoor event. Loading in went surprisingly smoothly because we were able to literally drive up to our spot and unload the car. We didn't bring our wagon because 1, we didn't have enough room in the car, and 2, I had a feeling that because this was in the parking lot, we could just drive up closely to where we were vending. I'm so glad I was right. I normally have a setup specifically for outdoor markets planned out, with only the keychains and stickers being displayed on the blue grids due to the fear of wind blowing down my full display, but I looked at the other vendors and I saw that they were setting up their grids to be taller, so we took a chance and built our display a tad bit taller than our usual outdoor setup. We just had to make sure that there was enough support behind the booth to keep it down. It was pretty windy, but it wasn't enough to knock a whole display down, thank God. But I noticed that throughout the day, there were gray clouds looming over the market, but I'm so grateful that not even a drop of rain fell down. However, I kept getting scared, and even though Goblin Market is a rain or shine event, it still would have sucked if it started raining. That's everyone's worst nightmare when vending outside. When we were checking in, they handed out 3 green sheets of paper. One of them was the map of the activity locations along with all the vendor names and their table numbers. One of them was a list with checkboxes that described what you're willing to do as a vendor, such as bargain, trade, bundle, or accept rewards as forms of payment. So you would attach this list on your tent or table once you've checked off your desired actions. Then attendees can see this list and ask you questions about them. I really liked this idea, and it heavily emphasizes the mission of this market even more. Plus, it lets attendees know right away what you're doing with your products. And then the last green sheet was a small piece of paper that allows you to write your quote-unquote quests. Quests can be written as quote-unquote bring a small snack to table 73, or find this item and bring it to table 64 in exchange for a free item or a bunch of items from vendors' tables. I didn't write my own quest simply because the market ended up being so busy for me that I forgot, but the next time I vend at this market, I'll give it a try. It's such a fun concept, and it just adds to the many things I love about this market. So for the first hour of the market, it was pretty slow. I had a few sales, but it wasn't too extravagant. However, once 2 to 3 hours have passed, more attendees arrived and it started to get packed really quick. I forgot to mention this, but this market is free to attend, so it made sense as to why there were so many people. And I think it was really great that this was a free event because people didn't have to pay to get in, so they have money to spend. And it was perfect for families and anyone around the area who's curious about the market. I'm not joking. There were many moments throughout the day that I had back-to-back sales, and it was just incredible. It was almost like everyone that came by to the booth left with something, and it's sad to say, but I haven't had this type of feeling at an event in so long. It's not completely rare, but it's also not too often either when I would get back-to-back sales in a span of an hour at a time. So it was just really nice, and I'm so grateful for it. During downtimes and when I was just chatting with customers, I looked at our neighbor's table and I noticed that they were doing commissions on the spot, which I find amazing because it was such a busy market, and the fact that they had time to do this is admirable. I remembered at my very first Artist Alley table, I offered sketch and line art commissions, and it was a great time. So eventually when I get comfortable again, I could offer commissions at the table and even online. It's been a good while since I've offered them online, but because it's been a while, I would need to start from the beginning and figure out pricing, what I can or can't draw, etc. But I know that I can learn this quickly and build this part of my career with Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for ongoing creatives eager to learn a new skill to advance their careers, or for people slowly dipping their toes into the creative space and wanting to try a brand new skill. There are so many classes if you just want to learn the basics, such as sketching, drawing, painting, and keeping up with a sketchbook. But if you're more tech savvy and want to learn about video editing, social media, and starting a YouTube channel, there are lots of classes on that too. With industry experts teaching these classes, you're guaranteed to learn so much from them because they have years and years of experience in the fields they're all passionate about. So you'll learn so many skills in no time, all while having fun in the process. After I grew my art commission curiosity, I took Shea O'Connor's class titled How to Sell Art Commissions Online, Tips on Process, Pricing, and Professionalism, and the way she explains each point is clear, concise, and easy to follow. Offering different types of commissions, learning how to collect client info, setting prices, and even establishing boundaries are all things she mentions in this class, and every part of it is valuable and important. Growing my career means a lot to me, and taking this class, along with other classes on Skillshare, allows me to keep maintaining that career and improve my creative skills as an artist throughout the year. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So learn a new skill today and grow your creative career. Thank you again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and now let's continue reviewing Goblin Market. It got packed within the first 2 hours of the market, and I was truly having a great time talking with the attendees and being a part of the market overall. I wished that I had more time to walk around, but when I did have the opportunity to walk around for a little bit, I came across their big trading tent, and that's another fun thing they've added to this market. Attendees can bring their stuff to trade with vendors and other attendees, and this builds an even bigger community for the event. I was wondering why there were people pulling wagons with stuff in it, but now I know why. I even heard that there was a Goblin Maid Cafe that took place in the mall itself, and I really wished that I attended because that sounded like a lot of fun. Like, I'm happy it was such a busy market from beginning to end, but it was so hard to check out these events as a vendor too. I received a couple of Valentines from attendees, which was so precious, and I get too excited when anyone gives me a gift. It's so heartwarming and sweet, and I couldn't be more happy to be there. I tried to offer bundle deals and use bargaining tactics throughout the day, but a lot of my customers were willing to pay full price, which I'm extremely grateful about, and I will always thank you for that. We had our comic stitches there too, and even though the comic's price is non-negotiable, there were still people that bought it and were still excited about it. My very last sale of the market was from someone who only had $10 on them, but wanted to buy my mini prints with the buy two get one free deal, so it was $14 total. They offered to draw me a quick sketch of Miku as a form of payment in addition to the $10, so I accepted. That drawing turned out so cute, and I'm honestly happy we made that exchange. So if you're watching this, whoever drew that Miku, thank you again. And I think that last purchase embodied the essence of Goblin Market, which built a great art community and simply just having a fun time with friends and family. My first out-of-town art market was one of the best markets I've ever been a part of. Everything was well run, everyone was so nice, and we made a great amount of sales. To put this into perspective, I made more money at this one-day discount art market than in one day at this year's MegaCon. It's kind of crazy to compare this to MegaCon, but it also gives an idea of how my experience went at that convention. I wanted to do their 1-year anniversary market in March, but it's the same weekend as SwampCon, and I already paid my table there, so I'll just have to catch April's market instead. From someone who has traveled 2.5 hours for this one-day market, I think it's very much worth the drive. If you're a small art business owner in the Orlando or surrounding areas and want to clear out your old inventory, and if you have $70 to spare for a spot, I highly recommend vending at Goblin Market. Thank you so much to everyone that supported me at my very first Gob Market, and I hope you guys will see me again at the next one. Thank you so much as well for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in the next video.